Hello, crafty friends. I'm here with a bummer. Something really horrible has happened. and this is cry worthy. Okay, so as I'm working through my mess and I'm cleaning up, I'd come across my Santa doilies that were half finished, from a couple of years ago. So a couple of years ago, every Christmas, I make my gifts for people. So I'm sure I'm not the only one. And a couple Christmases ago, I decided I was going to make everybody these adorable Santa doilies. So I made these. Okay, I'm in the middle of eyes. I'll explain that in a minute. So I made these, and I didn't quite get them finished because I ran out of white thread and yarn, and then you couldn't find white thread and yarn. And so a couple people in the family, well, they didn't get one. They didn't know they got something else. It's not that I didn't send them a package, but it just didn't have a doily in it. So I picked, the direct, I think I sent out 6. So that's my mom, my stepmom, those kind of people. My sister-in-law, my mother-in-law, that kind of stuff. Okay, so I found these and I have the yarn now, so I'm going to finish them as I'm working on them. So I do my crochet when I'm doing projects like this. I find that it's much more helpful to do them many at the same time. So you'll make a bunch of centers, and then you'll make the hat. Then you'll make the hat on the next one and the hat on the next one. And it's because you remember the pattern, to do the whole thing, you start to forget, what was that? Was that a chain 3? But when you're doing just a few rows, you can remember it and you can just work through them all way faster. So if you don't know that tip, you're welcome. That I thought I'm going to make some. Not only will I finish these, but I'm going to make some and I'm going to put them for sale in my new shop I'm so excited about. And then tragedy has struck. Okay, so even as a crocheter, I'm impatient. Okay, and my impatience means that I want to see it. I want to see it finished, one of them. So there, you can see I've got all of these. There's actually one more still attached to the white. I started the beards. That's why I was in the middle of this. When I go, let me just block one. I want to see what it looks like. Because I had done one full Santa. And so now I'm going to do the second full Santas with the beards, right? This is, like I said, I do it in chunks. So I'm now going to do the last, I think there's 3 or 4 rows there. And I got one finished and I'm looking at it and it's so cute. And I'm working on this one and I'm like, I'm impatient. I'm going to go block it. Well, here's what I did. So I did block it. And here it is. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. They're beautiful. Now this yarn came from 2 years ago. This was the red thread that was available to me 2 years ago. Since then, I have had to buy more red thread, as I have noted earlier in this segment. This red yarn actually is a bit darker. You can kind of tell. Well, that played out the minute I sprayed it. Can you see where it has pinked on me? That's every one of them. They're all going to turn pink now. What do I do? Oh, no. So I was like, oh, my gosh. So I'm sitting there watching it on the blocking board, just turning pink. And I don't even finish. I can't finish. I'm totally bummed. So now this morning I went to bed. I was like, I can't even think about it. I'm leaving it. And of course, when I woke up, it was even worse. And it's dried and it's so pretty. They really look pretty. And what do I do? So ideas. First, I had some of this kind of terry cloth yarn that I thought might look cool. I was looking around my space. What do I have? And so this is just me running it through real quick with a needle and thread just to kind of see if I'd like it. And that was okay. I thought, yeah, a couple rows of that would sew in there nice. And it would cover that pink. No probs. But you could still kind of see the pink. So then I thought I need something furrier. So I looked again and I found in my faux fur yarns a little white faux fur ribbon or yarn. You can see it there. And I weaved it through just once. This one I had done twice. I was going to have to do it a few times. But this one worked out kind of nice. You see, it actually covers the pink a lot more. And that's cool. And so I thought, okay, that would work. I could just do it all the way across and that would be great. And then they'd be perfect. And then I realized I can't sell these because even if I can cover the pink, if it gets wet or somebody needs to wash it or block it, whatever, it's going to turn pink. The whole thing is going to turn pink. And whatever else they have put in there to wash with it, as many of us do. And so I can't sell these knowing that they're going to turn pink. So I have another idea. So what I was thinking is that, you know how we can cut the crochet apart. Now, this is new. These edgings have not had a lot of time in the world to rub up against each other and get real tight like we typically happens when we cut doilies. So I do have a little bit of a fear of cutting these into appliques and them staying together. So I'm throwing this out there. If my friends have any suggestions, they're a really good size. So they would be great in, the kind of crafts that I make, as well as the kind of crafts my friends make. I think they're a perfect ATC card size, maybe a tag. I definitely could see them as one of my magnets or on one of my ornaments in some way. Any of those things would work for me. So, and then instead of threading that through, what I'd probably do is just glue it. I'll glue it on. Maybe I could do a fiber tack or just something along the edge. Yeah, I don't know yet. Any ideas? Have you ever cut up a brand new doily? Do you notice any difference? I've never cut a brand new doily. It's only old ones that seem to be all right with it. Anyway, that's my idea. So why only 2 eyes? Because when I realized it was bleeding and I was coming up with ideas like my fur and stuff, it was upsetting me. So I thought, you know what, I can't think about it right now. I got to start sewing on eyes because this one, being the old thread, did not bleed last night when I blocked it. Man, that's such a bummer. That's a lot of work wasted. I've been working on that since Friday. Those, not straight through. I've got, a family and things, but, that was the weekend. My goal was to have all of these blocked, today because I knew I could get those beards done, anyway. I don't know what I'm going to do with that red. Maybe I could soak it. I don't know. I'd just be too nervous to sell that. I can try another red, but I certainly will test it before I make. Maybe they'll work all right as appliques. But anyway, I had to put it down, and so I started to sew the little eyes on the old one because, well, it was making me happy. Look how cute they are. How could that not make you happy? There's, look at him, he's so cute. I love the little mouth. I did this pattern. This pattern is on YouTube. You can go and watch her do it. She has it's very easy to follow even. You kind of need to know what you're doing. But overall, and she doesn't talk. I like the channels where they just put the stuff up and I can listen to other things. But, and pause it. But, that is freaking adorable. But I altered it a little. I added the mustache. And then because I didn't have there'll be another row in the pattern, like 2 more rows after this of like his shirt or his coat. But because I made a doily and not this big size has 2 more rows. I had to go down to 8 on the beard. So I did some alterations in order to get my doily to look the way I wanted, to give him a mustache. And you can see on this one, I've been given a mustaches on here, as well as the thread doilies laying flat, because I have a thing about my doilies laying flat. I do not want to have to block them. If a pattern says, don't worry, it will lay flat when you block it, I'm not interested. I don't want to have to block it because a lot of times I just want to lay it down, get it wet, lay it down on a towel, kind of give it a little stretch and let it just breathe. I don't want to have to stretch it out every time. So that's just me. I'm a little funny like that. But anyway, I did some alterations. You see how flat and beautiful that is? So I was making eyes, and then I just thought, no, I need to come on and vent. I need to say, oh my God, they're all gonna turn pink, y'all. Oh no. Oh no. Anyway, and like I said, even if I can find a way to block them without the bleeding or cover up the pink, the person who purchases this or ends up owning this at some point in the future, picks it up at a yard sale for 10 cents somewhere, theirs is going to turn pink. I did think maybe I could use the pink to my advantage. Like maybe before I do the beards on these, I could soak the pink, and that way the beards would be white, but I could block this part. Let me show you what I mean. Oh, no, that one's still attached. Hold on. Let me find a different one. Okay. Because, see, I haven't started the beards here yet. Look how cute look how cute that pattern is. Oh, my. But you see, even now, it's laying flat. So the only blocking I have to do is because the stitches aren't in place yet to pick up this slack. So I would just kind of stretch it out a little so that, the stitches, they'll just be in the right spot. That you can block halfway. But I could do this, block it, let it turn pink. Let the whole thing turn pink. And then use that as actually, the color, because you can have a Santa pink. Maybe I could have little pink accents or something like that, kind of retro pink. You know what I'm saying? Like a retro pink, kind of blue Santa kind of thing. Pink. Well, I don't have blue, but it's a pink. That kind of pinky retro. And if I embellished it just right, it might still look really cute. So that's an idea. I might try that with one of them. And then I could do the beard after the fact. But anyway, there's my bummer story for the day. So anyway, I'll still try to find better red. I don't know. Now all the red I have, I'm worried that it's going to be like that. And I bought tons recently when it was on, when they had a marked down to $2 each. I bought, a shelf full. You can look on my videos and see how much yarn I have. I stocked myself for a few years. I thought, zombie apocalypse be darned, I'm still going to make doilies. Anyway, that's that. Hopefully I'm under 10 minutes. Thanks for listening. Oh, I'm way over. Thanks for listening and crying with me. Bye.